What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Game Day with Trey. Of course, this is your host, Trey, and today we're going to talk about this NFL Monday night matchup between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Dallas Cowboys. All right, so this game will be played December 9th, 8:15 p.m. East Coast time, Arlington, Texas. Odds are set right now at Cincinnati by 5.5, over-unders at 49.5. Right now, there has been a little bit of a movement. It has ticked towards the Cowboys, I guess, because now the Cowboys are not getting 5.5. Now the Cowboys are only getting 5 on some books. All right, but go ahead and to look at this matchup. You kind of got to understand what's been going on with these two teams. So we're going to go ahead and start right here with last week. All right, so Cincinnati Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers had a barn burner last week. I mean, gunshots going off all over the place right there, man. Pittsburgh Steelers ended up winning the game 44-38, but it was a tightly contested matchup the whole game, man. I mean, the whole game. There was literal fireworks going off. Great game. So the first quarter, Cincinnati came out and won the first quarter 14-7. In the second quarter, Pittsburgh came out, won the second quarter 20-7. So at the halftime, it is 27-21. So it's already headed and looking over. These teams are scoring off the chain. So in the third quarter, it slows down. Pittsburgh scores 7 points. Cincinnati scores 3. In the fourth quarter, Cincinnati ends up winning the fourth quarter 14-10, but Pittsburgh pulls out the W. All right. Russell Wilson did throw 29 for 38 for 414 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, while Joe Burrow came out in 28 for 38, 309, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, and 2 forced fumbles, guys. He fumbled the ball twice, so that's a total of 3 turnovers that Burrow had in his last game. And then Cincinnati allowed Najee Harris to go out there and put up 16 carries for 75 yards, 1 touchdown, while Chase Brown, he came out, he did his thing, 12 carries, 70 yards, 1 touchdown. And by the way, Cincinnati's defense, they did also allow George Pickens to get 3 receptions for 74 yards and 1 touchdown, while Jamar Chase, he had 6 receptions for 86 yards and 1 touchdown, guys. Pittsburgh did win the total yards battle, 520 yards to 375. They also won the turnover battle, 1-3. And they did win the first down battle, 28-25. They also had the time of possession, 31 minutes and 9 seconds to 28 minutes and 51 seconds, man. As far as third down is concerned, Cincinnati was 4 for 8 on third down, whereas Pittsburgh was 4 for 9 on third down total throughout the game. On first down, Pittsburgh came out and passed the ball 18 times on first down and only ran the ball 5 times on first down, whereas Cincinnati, they passed the ball 16 times on first down and ran the ball 5 times, man. So that tells you pretty much how that game script really went for these two teams, man. I got to let you know, okay, the Pittsburgh got to the quarterback and hit the quarterback just with T.J. Watt alone 5 times in the game. You know, that line was not doing its job, but at the end of the day, the Pittsburgh Steelers do have one of the best defenses in the NFL, especially when it comes to limiting quarterbacks on time to throw the ball, man. All right, so now that we've looked at that team, let's go ahead and look at what happened with with these Cowboys last week, man. So on Thanksgiving Day, the Cowboys did battle against the New York Giants. Final score was 20-27. Yeah, it was a slow game, but we definitely took them to the window, man. Dallas Cowboys in the first quarter came out and scored 3 points, whereas New York Giants were up 7-3 by the end of the first quarter. The second quarter, though, the Dallas Cowboys did come marching back. They scored 10 points in that quarter to New York Giants, only 3 points, and it ended up being a score of 13-10 at half. All right, Dallas Cowboys up. Then in the second half, third quarter, it was all Dallas. They scored 14 points. In the fourth quarter, the Giants did try to battle back, but it was to no avail, man. They scored 10 points, and the final score was 27-20, as I said before. When you're talking about what actually happened in the game with the team stats, well, we all know that the Giants don't have a quarterback. That's why Drew Lock went 21 for 32 for 178 yards and 1 touchdown, whereas Cooper Rush, he went 21 for 36 for 195 yards and 1 touchdown. Drew Lock was the leading rusher for the New York Giants, 4 carries, 57 yards, 1 touchdown, whereas Dowdell for the Dallas Cowboys was 22 carries, 112 yards, and 1 touchdown. Malik Neighbors, he did eat up the Cowboys for 8 receptions for 69 yards, but Turpin had 4 receptions, 53 yards for the Cowboys, man. Cowboys did win time of possession, 31 minutes and 36 seconds to 28 minutes and 24 seconds. They won the total yards battle, 317 to 247. They won the turnover battle, 0-2. And they run the first down battle, 21 to 17, guys. What the Cowboys did actually out there on third down, man, as far as their efficiency is concerned, it was one of their best games. They were 7-15 on third down, whereas the New York Giants came out and they were a putrid 3-for-12 on third down. On first downs, the Cowboys did pass the ball 10 times and run the ball 7, so it was a pretty even split game for once, greatly called game, whereas the New York Giants, they ran the ball 7 times and passed the ball 8 times, guys. So looking at these two teams and understanding what they've been doing, you got to understand that injury report, right? And looking at this injury report, it is a plethora of players as far as the Dallas side is concerned. Everybody's questionable. We all know that, hold on, give me 1 second. Let me get this back up. Okay, so as far as for Dallas is concerned, we already know that Zach Martin is questionable. He'll probably play. Same with Tyler Smith, questionable with the ankle as well. He'll probably play. Trayvon Diggs, he's questionable with the groin. He'll most likely play. People you got to worry about, though, that won't be out there, Jake Ferguson. He's questionable with the concussion, so maybe he will make it out there on the field. He was listed as out earlier today, guys. And then when you're looking over at the Cincinnati side, they do have several people that are questionable as well. You're looking at Orlando Brown Jr., he's still questionable, and Amarius Mims, he will be questionable. Sheldon Rankins, he might be out due to the illness, but that is up in the air because we're a few days out right now as I record this on Wednesday night. All right, now looking at how these two teams have done on the field and how they match up statistically, the Cincinnati Bengals are scoring 27.9 points per game. They have the 5th best offense in the NFL, going against the Dallas Cowboys, who give up 28.3 points per game, guys. That is literally the 29th worst defense in the NFL. And then when you're looking at yards per play, Cincinnati moves it at a rate of 5.8 yards per play. It's 10th best in the NFL, once again going against the 29th worst defense in the NFL as far as yards per play. When you talk about the Dallas Cowboys, they give up 5.8 yards per play, guys. And then when you're talking about third down conversions, Cincinnati Bengals, they convert third down 5th best in the NFL, man. That's 45.45% of the time they convert on third down. And they're going against the 6th best defense in the NFL when it comes to third down. Dallas Cowboys will get you off that field, man, because they only allow you to convert 34.25% of the time for opposing offenses going against their defense on third down, man. Like I said, that puts them at 6th best in the league. Problem is, Cincinnati, if they get down the field, they check the box. All right, they're the 2nd best offense in the NFL. They score 71.05% of the time that they get into the red zone, they score a touchdown, guys. And when you're going against a defense that's literally the worst defense in the red zone in the NFL and the Dallas Cowboys, we're talking about a team that allows you to check that box 76.92% of the time. Boy, that could be a big problem for the Dallas Cowboys, especially since the Dallas Cowboys are 28th worst defense in the NFL, allowing opposing teams to score 3.3 touchdowns a game, whereas Cincinnati's getting 3.4 touchdowns a game. That's 4th best in the NFL. Then when you flip it over, you look at on the other end, Dallas on offense, they score 20.7 points per game. That's 21st best in the NFL, going against Cincinnati Bengals defense that's literally the worst defense in the NFL. They give up 28.3 points per game. When it comes to per play, Dallas really ain't moving the ball, man. They get 4.9 yards per play. That's 25th in the NFL, going against the Cincinnati Bengals, who give up 5.7 per play on the season. In third down, Dallas ain't converting neither. 35.44% of the time, they convert third down. Whereas Cincinnati, they allow you to convert 44.37% of the time. That's 28th best in the NFL, so that means that's the 28th worst in the NFL, guys. All right, when you look at the red zone, man, Dallas's offense doesn't check that box neither. They're 31st in the NFL, only checking that box 43.75% of the time, going against the Cincinnati Bengals defense that is the 2nd worst in the NFL in the red zone, allowing 68.42% of the time for you to score touchdowns. They give up 3.4 touchdowns a game. That's 31st worst in the NFL. Dallas only scores 2 touchdowns a game, so that's 25th, man. So, yeah, it is what it is. So how will they move the ball, guys? All right, because we're talking about a Cincinnati Bengals rush offense that is 20th in the NFL, 4.2 yards per play, going against literally one of the worst defenses in the NFL. They give up 4.9 yards per play on the ground, and when you talk about these Dallas Cowboys, that's 28th in the NFL. As far as full game, problem is Cincinnati, they can't run the ball. 91.7 yards a game, 27th in the NFL, but they are going against the second worst running defense in the NFL. When you talk about Dallas Cowboys, they give up 147.6 yards a game on the ground, 1.8 touchdowns a game, 32nd worst in the NFL, guys. Well, let's look. Will Dallas be able to run the ball? No. I don't care how bad Cincinnati's defense is. No, they won't. Okay, 3.7 yards a rush, 85.8 yards a game, 0.3 touchdowns a game. That's 31st, and 32nd in the NFL. And when you're going against the Cincinnati Bengals defense, they give up 4.3. That's 12th though in the NFL. And they do give up 128.2. That's 22nd though. Compared to 85.8, man, nah, man, I don't see it. I think Cincinnati's going to be able to hold them a little bit on that. 1.3 touchdowns a game Cincinnati does give up though on the ground. And we all know Cincinnati's defense is porous when they get in that red zone. So that's probably how that's happening. And then when you look over here, will Cincinnati be able to pass the ball? Yeah. Okay, because Dallas gives up 7.9 yards per passing play, and that's 30th in the NFL, going against a Cincinnati offense that gets 7.5 yards per pass play. It's 13th in the NFL, guys. All right, Dallas does get to the quarterback 8.92% of the time, though. They get a sack. That's 4th best in the NFL, and they're going against a offensive line that's middle of the pack. They allow you to get to Joe Burrow and sack him 6.3% of the time. Now, we all know Dallas is struggling at quarterback, so that's why they're 28th. Okay, when it comes to yards per pass, 6.3 yards per pass. But they're going against a Cincinnati defense that gives it up. They give up 7.4 yards per pass play. That's 21st in the NFL. They don't get to the quarterback. They're 31st when it comes to getting to the quarterback, only 4.9% of the time. But Dallas protects their quarterback when it comes to actually stopping them from getting sacked. They only allow their quarterback to get sacked 5.89% of the time. So that does leave a lot of opportunity, a lot of air and opportunity out there for the Dallas Cowboys, man, to try to play some catch up, because Cincinnati's going to come out here and they're going to score some points. Now, I know Micah Parsons most likely will be at Joe Burrow's neck, but Cincinnati going to score some points, man. Okay, when you're talking about situationally in the last 3 games that these two teams have actually been on the field, okay, you got to understand that in the last 3, Cincinnati's scoring 33 points per game, but they're giving up 37.7 points per game, whereas Dallas, they're scoring 23.7 points per game and only giving up 26.7. Now, I only say only, but at the end of the day, like, you got to respect the fact that it's probably a only, man. That's a lot of points both of these teams have been giving up or scoring in the last 3 games. Then when you look away and at home, well, Dallas sucks at home, man. They only score 16 points a game, give up 34.5 points a game, whereas Cincinnati on the road, they score 26.3 and they give up 23.3. But the question is Cincinnati really going to be hungry to try to play this game? Because Cincinnati, like, they have nothing left to fight for, guys. Nothing but pride. Nothing but pride do the Cincinnati Bengals have to fight for in this game, guys. That's why the line is moving the way it's moving. Situationally, looking at these two teams, okay, straight up, we know Cincinnati's 4-8 and Dallas is 5-7. At home, though, Dallas is only 1-5 and Cincinnati's 3-3 on the road. Now, when you're talking about against the spread, Dallas at home as an underdog, they're 3-6 total on the year, but at home as an underdog, they're 0-4. They ain't covered yet at home on the, like, not at all. All right, whether you're talking about, they're 1-5 as far as at home completely, you know what I'm saying, against the spread. But at the end of the day, guys, that's because they're 1-5 straight up at home. If they don't win, they don't cover. All right, and when they're in this position, it don't look good. Now, when you're looking at it as a away favorite, okay, with Cincinnati Bengals, they're 3-0 as an away favorite, guys. Okay, and when you're looking over and under, it's been 9 to the over, 3 to the under for Cincinnati versus Dallas is 8 to the over, 4 to the under. As a home team, Dallas is 5 to the over, 1 to the under, whereas on the way as an away team, Cincinnati's 4 to the over, 2 to the under. And as a home underdog, Dallas is 3 to the over, 1 to the under, whereas an away favorite, it's been 3 straight overs for the Cincinnati Bengals. When they are playing non-conference its games, it's been 3 to the over, 1 to the under for the Cincinnati Bengals, and exactly the same for the Dallas Cowboys. So it does shape up to look like a high scoring event, you know what I'm saying? All right, now Cincinnati in the last 10 games, they are 4-6 straight up, 5-5 against the spread, and 8 to the over, 2 to the under. Their last 3 games, they're on a 3-game losing streak, whereas against the spread, they're on a 2-game losing streak and 1-2 against the spread. They are on a 5-game over streak right now. 5 straight overs. That's against the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Chargers, the Baltimore Ravens, the Las Vegas Raiders, and the Philadelphia Eagles. Okay, that's all gone to the moon, Batman. All right, and then their next 3 games, they got Tennessee, Cleveland, and Denver. So they do have an opportunity to clean up their record in their season a little bit. Now, when you're talking about Dallas, though, Dallas is 4-6 in their last 10, 3-6-1 against the spread, and 6 to the over, 4 to the under. They are on a 2-game win streak out of their last 3 games, and they're on a 2-game cover streak out of their last 3 games. They are on a 3-game over streak as well, and those 3 overs were against the Giants, the Washington Commanders, and the Houston Texans, guys, which their last loss did come against Houston at home. All right, was the last time they lost, way back on November 18th. All right, and then their next 3 games are against Carolina, Tampa, and Philadelphia Eagles. Okay, so head-to-head, though, when you're looking at these 2 teams, Dallas runs this 5-0, never lost to Cincinnati. They run it 4-1 against the spread, and it's 1 to the over, 4 to the under in the last 5 times they played, which is the only 5 times they played in the last 20 years. Okay, and by the way, Dallas did last play them in 2022. They won 20-17. Yeah, Dallas was getting 7 points in that one, guys. All right, so where am I at? Where do I sit with this game? Who do I like? All right, well, the Cincinnati Bengals have hit the third quarter game total over in 16 of their last 18 games. The Dallas Cowboys have hit the game total over in 6 of their last 9 games at home. And the Cincinnati Bengals have hit the game total over in 15 of their last 21 games. Dallas Cowboys have hit the first quarter game total over in 6 of their last 9 home games. And the Cincinnati Bengals have scored first in 4 of their last 6 games. Dallas Cowboys have hit the first half game total over in 7 of their last 9 games at home. And the Cincinnati Bengals have hit the second half game total over in 11 of the last 14 games. Dallas Cowboys have hit the second quarter money line in 9 of their last 17 games. And the Cincinnati Bengals have hit the first half money line in 6 of their last 10 away games, guys. So I gotta say in this one, man, I'm probably leaning towards the Dallas Cowboys right now. If I was gonna play with the spread, I just don't think that Cincinnati has the ability to cover against pretty much anybody, especially giving up that many points. But what I do love on this one is the Cincinnati Bengals team total over. I like the whole game over. I'll post it in the pinned comments. Yeah, I do like the whole game over the 49 or 49.5. Maybe buy it down a couple points or hit them with a teaser. You know, we'll figure it out. I will post it in the comments. Y'all, please like and subscribe. Have a blessed day. Stay safe. And I'm going to see you at the window, man. Peace.